Coffee Break with me. Woo! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. How are you today? Happy monthly favorites. We're a little late on the December favorites, but we're always late on the monthly favorites. And considering I took a couple days off, we're a little extra late on our monthly favorites. I hope it's okay. I mean, I'm sure it's okay because monthly favorites don't stop to be favorites just because I'm late, right? Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. Actually, the earrings that I'm wearing right now, and if you guys have been following my channel for the last probably year, you've noticed that I have these in like every color. And so for Christmas, my husband was so sweet. He actually got me two colors that I've been looking for and I couldn't find. These are the Kate Spade stud earrings. And this is in the shade Opal. So it's a really beautiful opal type crystal where it kind of flecks a little pink, it flecks a little pearl, champagne, a little lilac or purpley, blue, whatever. So it's one of those low maintenance earrings where no matter what you're wearing, or if you're wearing your silver wedding ring or your gold or whatever, it's gonna look cute. It's gonna match. So I love that about this one. And then the other one that I wanted was the cobalt blue color. I just love how this color looks with my complexion and my hair color. I feel like it's a really good match. And I couldn't find them anywhere. And Santa husband came down the chimney with these. So thank you for that, Mr. Man. Now moving on to hair. You guys know I have super duper, super fine hair. My hair is kind of wavy, kind of curly. It's very fine. I am almost 10 months postpartum, so I'm half bald right now. And it's hard for me to find products that don't weigh my hair down. And it's also hard because even though my hair is very fine, I don't have volume. It's really flat and a little bit oily. So you could see the thinning from my postpartum. I'm just lucky I have two healthy babies, but I'm not even gonna get into postpartum shedding. Let's call it shedding because hair thinning sounds very depressing. And so my hair, even though it's thin, it doesn't poof up. It just falls flat because I have an oilier crown. So whenever I curl my hair, the curls do last, but they tend to hang towards the end of the day. So I decided to try a hair primer. Did you know they have hair primers? Apparently they do. And so I decided to try the Living Proof Style Lab Prime Style Extender Spray. And this is specifically for fine hair. Now, every time I see hair products that sound promising, unless they say they're for fine hair, I don't even mess around with it because I know it's just gonna weigh my hair down or make it greasier. And this one actually doesn't. The spray comes out kind of thick. It's like a gel spray. And so you spray it in your hair when it's damp and then you go ahead and style and it makes your hair super shiny and it holds the style. So A+ on that Living Proof. I have tried Living Proof products before and I haven't been a fan because I have really thin hair. So I felt like it was too much product for the type of hair that I had or have. And it would just kind of weigh it down and make it dull. But this one, A+. Now moving on to skin. You guys, I've been on a sheet mask kick, right? Like my obsession has been sheet masks. And so I've been sheet masking at least 4 times a week. But my two favorites are the 7 Wonders from Leaders in Mediterranean Olive or the Brightening Mask. And then the Karuna Luxe Skin Regenerating Face Mask. These are 2 masks that I put on, and when I take them off, I see a difference. I don't just feel a difference, but I see a difference. They are a little bit on the pricier side when it comes to sheet masks because I know a lot of sheet masks, especially in Asia, are around $1. For example, these 2 masks, I think one of them, this one retails for, I don't even want to say, I'll have it listed in the description box, but they're pretty pricey. They're not $1. But both of them are the type of masks that come in like the sandwich, where they have 2 protective sheets on each side, and then you lay it on your face and let it dry as much as you can. For example, this one you have to let dry completely and then you peel it off your skin. This one doesn't ever completely dry down, but you do notice that the serum gets absorbed into the skin. So you can see a visual difference on your skin when you take it off. And for me, that's a big plus. So they are a little bit pricier than the usual sheet mask that just kind of hydrates your skin, but they're definitely worth the investment. Or even like the pampering once a week or every other week if you can get your hands on these. And the last skincare product that I wanted to mention was the Jurlique Rosewater Balancing Mist. This is a little sample size that I got as a perk, I think from Sephora. And I've been a really big fan of these essence sprays. I think they go hand in hand a lot with these sheet masks because you take off the sheet mask and you're not supposed to rinse your face, but you do want to rehydrate your skin, let it kind of absorb whatever is left over, and then go to bed or do whatever you need to do. And so you guys have already heard me talk about the MeU Beauty Essence Beauty Sprays, which I'm a huge fan of. And I also really like the Rose Spray from Glossier. But I discovered this in my stash of samples, and I thought it was so cute that it has this little glass bottle. But you guys, oh, it reminds me of a rosary that my grandmother gave my mom, and my mom gave me, that's made out of crushed roses. And I remember growing up going to my grandmother's nightstand and opening it, and just opening the little container of a rosary and just giving it a really good whiff, and it just smells like pure rose. That's exactly what this spray smells like. I don't even want to know how much it costs because I'm pretty sure it has a really high concentration of actual rose essence or petals, because that's not artificial. It smells so good. Now let's move on to makeup, the reason that you guys watch this channel. Let's talk a little bit about this palette from Gorgeous Cosmetics. You saw me lose my panties over it, basically, when I talked about my collection of matte eyeshadow palettes. This is one of my absolute favorites. It's not going to replace my Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour palette, because no, but it's a really beautiful palette. This is definitely a must-have if you are a makeup artist, or if you have a smaller makeup collection and you want a palette that's pretty much going to give you a ton of looks, not take up a lot of space, very neutral and all matte. So, huge fan of the Ever Matte 8-pan palette from Gorgeous Cosmetics. Another product that I rediscovered while I was on break, when I didn't want to think about what blush to use, I always reach for Rockateur, and it seems to just go with everything. It doesn't matter if you're wearing a cool eye makeup, if you're wearing warm eye makeup, if you're wearing a smoky eye or a really neutral. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. It just seems to be one of those blushes that just looks good all the time. So thank you, Benefit, for creating such a beautiful color that never lets me down. Then a product that I discovered while I was on break as well, I was going through my stash of products that I haven't used, and I noticed that I had a lot of eyeliner pens. And for me, eyeliner pens are hard to find because I don't have watery eyes, but I do tend to, for some reason, the eyeliner just wears away on the inner portion of my top lid. I think it's because I have the fear of getting like the inner eye booger, you know, like the junk. Do you guys remember that Friends episode where she had like the black goop? I think I'm scared of getting that, so I'm always like wiping. I'm always cognizant and trying to wipe it, so I wear it away. And this is one of those that comes off gracefully without giving you raccoon eyes. Not to mention, it does a beautiful wing, and it's not fully matte, but it's also not a shiny, it's not a shiny eyeliner. And it has a giant felt tip. So if you guys are just learning, it really helps you do that long elongated wing without getting nervous and doing the chubbier short tip. You know what I'm talking about, the wing? When you get a little scared and you just freak out and you do like the short stumping wing instead of like the one that comes out and just flares out real nicely. So because the tip is so elongated, you can just go in and do just one clean swipe and you'll get that long wing if that's what you want. Otherwise, you can just hold it still and you can get that smaller wing. So I hope that I described that well, because I don't know if you guys are like me where sometimes you get like the short stumpy wing and you're like, hey, that's not what I wanted. So this one will help you not get the short stumpy wing. Speaking of eyeliner, you might be wondering what's on my lower lash line. And this is an eyeliner that I discovered recently at Tony Moly here in Dallas. Did you guys know there was a Tony Moly store in Dallas if you live in Dallas like me? So there's a Tony Moly store in Carrollton. And how did I discover this? Oh, it was on one of those, they had like a tester section, and there was only one little tiny eyeliner just kind of sitting there all by itself. And I was like, wow, is that glitter? And when I did the swatch, like the swipe, look at this. Isn't that super gorgeous? I just started to have all of these ideas of what I could do with it or what I wanted to do with it. And I just went to town. This is number 2, Tony Moly Crystal Clear Glitter Eyeliner in number 2. They have 3 colors, and I'm ashamed to say that all 3 came home with me that day. Then I also have 2 lip color favorites, and we are almost done. These are 2 new shades from Too Faced. I think they're the Creme lipsticks, and I'm not usually a fan of the Creme formula simply because I have really textured lips, and these are one of those lipsticks that cling on to my lip wrinkles and make them look more noticeable than I would like for them to. But these 2 shades are completely irresistible, and I just couldn't not get them. The first one, I'm actually wearing both of them on my lips right now. The first one is called Sugar Daddy, and this is for those of you that are like the mauvey nude lip color fan. Look at this color, you guys. Is that beautiful or what? I'm wearing that all over my lips right now. I'm not wearing a lip liner. And then on the center, in this portion right here, I'm wearing a color called Unicorn Tears. Look at the color of this lipstick. It's blue. Actually, this is a shifting lipstick. It's one of those lipsticks that looks blue, but it does have like a shift to it. Let me swatch. I'm gonna swatch in the middle with the color mixed, and then I'm gonna swatch on the edge, just the color by itself. So what I did is I put on Sugar Daddy all over my lips, then I put on Unicorn Tears in the middle, and because I had some of that Sugar Daddy left on there, that's that color right there. But then by itself, that's what it looks like. If I were to describe this color to you, it reminds me exactly of My Color Kindness from ColourPop. You guys remember the quad that I created in collaboration with ColourPop? It's a burgundy base with a shift of like a teal shift. This is exactly what it looks like, but in like lipstick form. So right there, that's Sugar Daddy by itself. That's Unicorn Tears and Sugar Daddy mixed together. And then right there, that is Unicorn Tears all on its own. And when you take it off, when you wipe it away, it leaves like a stain, like a beautiful rosy pink stain. So even though I am not a huge fan of the formula, you can see the cute results that it gives. I'm like, maybe I should become a fan. Not to mention that they're very hydrating, so if you tend to have drier lips, especially in the winter, they're very comfortable. So I know the matte lip trend is really on fire right now, but my lips have been screaming like, Dani, you're overdoing the matte lip trend. And my last favorite, my last beauty favorite of the month has to be the highlighters from an indie brand called LoveLuxeBeauty. If you guys follow me on Instagram, if you don't, you should. I post a lot of stuff there that I don't have the opportunity to share with you guys here on my channel. You guys know how I pre-record a ton of videos, so a lot of times I'm very behind when it comes to videos than when it comes to real life. So if you want to see more updated stuff of what I've purchased or what I'm trying out, then check out my Instagram or my Twitter and you get a better idea. So LoveLuxeBeauty is actually an indie makeup brand on Etsy that I discovered on Instagram somehow, and I purchased 2 highlighters. I think they're $10 each. and they just come in a single pan like this. And so I purchased 2 highlighters, and then a couple months after I got the other 2 as a surprise at my P.O. box. So I was super excited about that. So these highlighters I wanted to mention because highlighters right now are headed in the direction of all sorts of colors, and I know there's always been lots of highlighter colors. So there's always been purple and blue and silver and green. There's always been those highlighter colors, but right now it's actually on trend where it's not going to be as odd to see someone out with like a light green minty highlight. This perhaps might be one of those trends where we look back and wonder, what was I thinking? But regardless, it is a makeup trend, so I wanted to share it with you guys. And the highlighters, I think, from this brand are a little bit more wearable, even though they're more unique. So you have 4 different shades. This top one here is like a purple, and I'm not going to be able to show you guys on camera, but I will insert a picture that I posted on my Instagram. So this top one here is purple. Then you have like a almost, it's gold, but it tends to shift a little green. This is a peachy pink shade, and then you have a blatant silver, just full on silver. And today I'm wearing the gold and the silver mixed together. That's actually what I'm wearing as my highlighter today and my Rudolph nose. And I really like them. They are a little bit dusty, but they are beautiful highlights. If you guys are like me, where you just are a fan of highlighters, this might be a way to kind of wet your toes into unique shades without going off the deep end into like blue. So I will have all the details of this Etsy shop in the description box below. I think they're $10 each, and I just have them in a baby, that's the size, a baby Sephora Z palette. I think this was, I don't remember the price of this palette, but 4 of them fit perfectly into the baby size, you could see. And I think there's only 4 shades of highlighter available right now. I don't know, don't quote me. I'll have the information listed below. And the last product that I want to mention is not going to come as a surprise. This is my 5-slot organizer that I did in collaboration with Zahra Beauty, and I wanted to mention it for the simple fact that it is $25, but it is limited edition, and we only made a very few amount of units. So once those units are gone, it sells out. It's limited edition. You can't find it anymore. So I wanted to remind you guys that if you guys were thinking about it, you might want to get on it because we probably will sell out soon, hopefully. But anyway, if you guys want to see how I use this organizer here in my vanity room or anywhere in my house, then I do have a video where I show you guys all that stuff, the measurements, the price, the video, all that stuff will be in that video. So I will also link that in the description box below. Anyway, so that is it for this monthly favorites. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Like always, all of these products, including the video that I mentioned, will be listed in the description box below, along with all the details of what I'm wearing, my nail polish, a tutorial if there is one available. All that stuff will be listed in the description box below. And like always, if you found this video useful,